Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Sophie and this channel is chronicling my journey to make the most of my life living with multiple chronic illnesses. Today I thought I would just do sort of a medical doctor type update. Even though I don't currently have medical insurance, there are some things happening behind the scenes and I just want to bring you guys up to date. The probably biggest one being Cleveland Clinic and what's happening with that. I don't remember when it was, but the interventional pulmonologist office did call to try to schedule an appointment. But as I believe I've mentioned, since I don't have insurance right now, and I have since learned that I'm out of state, they do require you to pay up front, and that's not something I'm willing to do for most of the appointments. The exception was I was going to see a doctor for the dysautonomia, but that ends up not gonna be happening. It was kind of a back and forth for a while, and we'll just not even get into it because it was crazy and there was no reason for it to take as long as it did for me to figure out it wasn't going to work. So the doctor is not there the week I am in Cleveland, and he does not see new patients virtually. So I do not know when or if I will end up seeing that doctor. I don't know because the neurologist, the cardiologist originally wanted me to see is basically unavailable. He has no openings at all for the foreseeable future. I may ask the cardiologist if he wants me to see any of the nurse practitioners that works with the neurologist because I have heard good things about them on social media, but that's just a waiting game, and I doubt they'd be able to see me in April when I go. So I don't know what's happening in terms of seeing someone specifically for the dysautonomia right now. It just looks like it's not happening. Maybe if I go back to Cleveland again this year for some other testing or something, it can happen then. I have no idea. In news more locally, I did go to see a concierge doctor. I don't know if I mentioned it on here or not, just something I was encouraged to look into as they are supposed to have more time for each patient so they're better able to coordinate your care and whatnot. And I had a meet and greet with someone and it went okay. It wasn't a great first impression on my part. He did say he would probably set me up with doctors at Johns Hopkins, because he works very closely with the Hopkins doctors. They're in the same building. But there were just some other things that went on that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do there. And again, it's a moot point because I don't have health insurance for another month. So just something to think about. I may try to schedule another meet and greet with another concierge doctor, but I'm waiting to talk to someone who I'm in orientation with who actually has experience working with the local concierge doctors, and she made it sound like they are not worth pursuing at all. So I would like more information from her on the lowdown as to what is going on with these concierge doctors here locally. Then, not really medical per se, but in the same genre is the disability aspect. So I was informed by my long-term disability that my claim moving forward from March 8th has been denied. And the way long-term disability works, if you watch my video on it, which I will link below, basically you have part of your claim. Are you disabled from working your own profession? In other words, what you were doing when you became sick. And then after 2 years, they look into whether you are disabled from working any profession that you are qualified to work for. And that is what they have denied me. And I did read the letter, which is posted on their website, which I have not received in the mail yet. but it basically said that I would be able to work a full-time position in a sedentary job, which is basically what I'm doing right now. They didn't mention that I have trouble staying awake, so there is a way to appeal, and I'm going to get more information about that. Like, if I were to be fired from my current job, I don't want to be fired, but if I were to be fired because of one of my current chronic illnesses that I was on disability for, would I then be able to appeal if it's within the window? And reading the policy, it appears that I would be able to, but I'm going to ask my examiner liaison. I'm not really sure what his exact title is, but I am going to get some clarification on that, just so I know. But otherwise, it's hard to argue that I'm disabled when I am working. So after March 8th, I will not be getting any type of supplemental income, which I won't be getting now because my working income is much more than my long-term disability income. And then sort of along with that comes SSDI, or Social Security Disability, and that is still pending. Someone called me on Thursday, I think it was, right before I was going into work, saying they needed this information, and I basically said, why aren't you talking to my lawyer? And he's like, oh, that takes too long, like, they're trying to get this settled, and we need the information today. I'm like, well, I'm at work, like, I don't know what you want from me, but I don't have what you're asking for in front of me right now, like, I can try to get it later. And I tried calling them back later, and they were closed. I tried calling them the next morning on Friday before I started working, and they were closed. So I don't really know what to do about that. They never called my lawyer that I'm aware of. I let him know that they might be reaching out, so I don't know what's going on with that. But again, it's really a moot point, because in my circumstance, the lawyer would take a part of it and everything else would go to long-term disability as sort of like back pay for them, quote, overpaying me. So it really doesn't matter what becomes of it. But yeah, I believe that is all I have in terms of medical-ish updates. I will try to make videos this weekend. It's Saturday right now. I just got back from the car shop. I'll try to make some videos and have them front-loaded so I'm not having to kind of scramble on a Saturday to get a Saturday video up. But I do have some videos I plan on recording, like I said, hopefully this weekend. But there are some things in the works that I will have out for you guys. And that is going to be it. If you have any ideas about things you want me to talk about, things you want me to go more in depth on, let me know. Send me an email, which is down below. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, you know, all that stuff. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye, guys.